And solve number 52. So they want us to figure out which of the following is equivalent to this whole thing right here, right? Now the word equivalent means that we're looking for the things that are the same to this right here. Now, if you look at the expression or the equation, it's a bunch of parentheses, right? And when we see parentheses, that basically means that we have to multiply. So when we multiply this expression, it is only going to match one of these answer choices, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do the math process. Another thing that you can do is you can get your calculator, put this in the graph it, and then graph the answer choices one by one and see which one of these answer choices matches that graph exactly, and then that'll be your answer. But I'm not going to go ahead and do the graphing. I'm going to solve this by hand. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set up my box so I can go ahead and multiply these. Now, technically speaking, if you wanted to multiply these the right way, you would find missing terms, but I'm not going to do that because all I know is that in order for me to combine like terms, I'm going to look for the terms that have the same power and the same variable. So it'll also be able to get the same answer at the end of the day. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply these. X squared times x squared is going to be x to the power 4, right? Because 2 plus 2 is going to be a power 4. X squared times negative 2 is going to give me negative 2x squared. 3x times x squared is going to be 3x to the power of 3 because 2 plus 1 is 3. And then 3 times negative 2 is negative 6x. Negative 4 times x to the power of 2 is negative 4x squared. And then negative 4 times negative 2, a negative times a negative becomes a positive. And 4 times 2 is going to be a positive 8. Now, just a friendly reminder, guys, that the first and the last box never change. So x to the power of 4 is going to be part of my answer. Notice that this one right here is the only one with an x to the power of 3. So I'm just going to be 3x to the power of 3. This one right here has a power of 2. This one also has a power of 2. So I combine these. So negative 2 minus 4 is going to be negative 6x squared minus 6x plus 8. So in this case, I'm only going to be adding, guys, the ones that have the same terms. And these two are the only ones that have the same terms. So those are the only two that need to be combined together. And that is how I get negative 6x squared. Everything else, there's nothing else to combine them with. So that just stays the same. So now I'm going to try to figure out which one of these is my answer. First one is an x to the power of 4. All of these look good. And then a plus 3x cubed. That's not it because that doesn't have a 3. This is a minus 2, and this is the only one that has a plus 3x cubed. But I'm still going to double check that everything else is still correct. Minus xx squared, minus 6x squared, minus 6x, minus 6x, and then plus 8. So that is why D is my answer. Again, I went ahead and I multiplied them to get my answer. But if you don't want to multiply, put this in your calculator and then look for the answer choices that matches that graph. Okay? That's your second alternative.